there's obviously something to do with the way we write that connects to our heart. And so I started really doing some deep meditations and focusing on the writing and the breath and trying to understand how the breathing affects the writing. And when somebody is truly focused on you writing, how it reaches into them, it creates a feedback loop, and it allows them to instigate healing in themselves because they are now so at peace that the universe goes, I see you.
Yeah.
And touches them. And their emotions start to unravel because peace only starts from dealing with the walls that you built inside yourself. And so I really started digging into how write. And this is one of the reasons I don't post sped up videos on my Instagram. Because the pace of the writing, that's how you reach people. That's how you help them heal.
Yeah.
That's why we do calligraphy. You talk to anybody and they'll tell you, I came to calligraphy because I was hurt or because I needed help or somehow. And I always tell people, you didn't choose this. Calligraphy called you. You had seen something as a child or, for me, it was my mother's handwriting, my great-grandfather's calligraphy, his Chinese work. And for a lot of people, they might have gotten a set as a kid or they might have seen some beautiful writing in a museum and it just grabbed them. And then life took over. And then later on in life, something happened and they needed healing. And the brain goes, do you remember that? That is calling to you now. And it grabs you because if you choose to do something, you can very easily give it up. When something chooses you, giving it up is not an option. And when you look at calligraphers, all these crazy people collecting paper under their beds, hiding, I had one woman say, when I picked up calligraphy, my husband was so happy because I wasn't wasting money on shoes. She said, but what he doesn't know is, nibs are small and I spend so much money on nibs and I can hide them. And you cannot be this obsessive about something if you chose it. You are only this obsessive about it if it chose you.
Yeah.
Then you have to realize that how do you get from it choosing you to you connecting with it on such a deep level that it helps you to heal. And that's where the slowing down really helps. I tell students, the reason why writing slower really works is because you're giving the tool the time to do the work.
That's beautiful. Right, capture that. We're going to bottle that. That's the strap line. I mean, honestly, Paul, you talked about goosebumps all over the place. I'm feeling incredibly emotional. You've just tapped into something that really does speak to a lot of people. And I think even if you have never dabbled in calligraphy before, people understand the concept of having a tool in your hand and being able to make marks on a paper and connecting to something that is transforming in front of your eyes, bringing those connections through. The whole kind of ancestral side of it, I think, it takes it into another dimension, doesn't it? And that sort of spiritual aspect of it, which maybe not everybody has experienced, wherever they are on their journey with it, but it's definitely something that people can relate to, that idea of slowing down, that thing calling to you. I think it's absolutely fascinating and great that you've combined the two so that people can explore it if they haven't yet.
But it's now more than before, because
Yeah.
you just mentioned, that people are on different calligraphic journeys. When I started teaching, I knew that there was this very spiritual side to the practice. This is why, I don't write swear words with beautiful script. I tried that in the past and it didn't work. There was something wrong. And what we're writing, what we are using the script for, calligraphy is a sacred thing. When you think that Bibles were written, not just Bibles, you think of every religion, there is always a formal calligraphic construct used to represent the word of God or spiritual teachings. Calligraphy is a sacred thing.
Mm.
And we have to treat it as such.